What happens when the world's biggest retailer partners with the most powerful AI company, while its biggest rival chooses to wage battles? Walmart just announced that it's teaming up with OpenAI to build an AI-first shopping experience. Meanwhile, Amazon's suing companies like Perplexity. Same technology, two totally different strategies. And here's why this matters to every brand, every seller, and every marketer. Because these two shopping giants are not just competing for sales. They're competing for control over how and where customers make decisions. I've worked with over 2,500 brands across Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, etc. And I can tell you that this moment, it's not just another platform update. And if you don't understand what's actually happening here, you could spend the next year optimizing for a world that's already disappearing. Stay with me, because what's coming next will change how people decide, discover, and buy forever. By the end of this video, you'll know what Walmart's partnership with OpenAI really means for e-commerce, why Amazon's lawsuit isn't just a puffing of the chest, and exactly how to future-proof your brand so you don't get left behind. Here's the catch. If you keep marketing like it's 2023, chasing keywords, split testing titles, worshiping the algorithm, you won't just fall behind. You could vanish from discovery entirely. Because when shopping becomes a conversation that's highly personalized, it's not just a matter of hacking your way to the top. Now, there's an AI agent that's standing between you and your potential customers. And right now, those agents are being trained on which brands to pay attention to. Woof! Things are getting spicy. Let's start with one of the most pressing questions. Why is Walmart embracing AI while Amazon is lawyering up? Because Walmart seems to see AI as a bridge, that this is their opportunity to really begin to get ahead of a game which they had somewhat fallen behind. Amazon, on the other hand, sees it as a threat. Walmart is making this bet as a way to get ahead, whereas Amazon is defending its turf. It's not that Amazon is ignoring agentic commerce. It's just that they're really focusing on utilizing their own tools within their own system to answer that need, whereas Walmart is taking a much more wide sweeping approach. Plus, Amazon really wants to make sure that they maintain control over customer data and, of course, that ad spend, which could be greatly threatened by tools like ChatGPT. Ultimately, it is a classic story of offense and defense. And with the speed that things are changing, my bet is that it won't take long before we begin to see how this starts to play out. What exactly is agentic commerce? Because offense and defense aren't really opposites. They are survival strategies. And both Walmart and Amazon know one thing. Whoever controls how and where we choose the products to buy controls the future of e-commerce. So the question becomes, what happens when AI starts choosing for us? That's where agentic commerce comes in. It's not browsing anymore. It's delegation. It is having the AI be able to understand all of the details that you wouldn't even think to necessarily communicate to a customer service representative, to hand select the products that are going to be the best absolute fit for your needs. And they can even go a step further and make that purchase for the customer. So instead of typing best running shoes, you'll say, find me the best running shoes for flat feet that look cool and cost under $120, But the AI won't stop there because the AI will understand where you live, what your personal style is, what kind of persona you are trying to present to the world so that it really truly understands your definition of cool. But it also understands that you're not just flat footed, that you also are doing strength training. So you need something that is going to give you that control over really being able to feel the ground so it's not too cushioned, and it will be able to compute all of that simultaneously without you even having to ask it. Whew, that was a lot. Not only will your AI make that purchase for you if you want it, but there won't be any ads. There won't be any scrolling. There won't be any comparison. Or if there is, it will be very limited, completely different than the page upon page upon page that we're used to finding and scrolling through on our preferred shopping platform. Just one recommendation powered by everything the AI knows about you. So if the agent doesn't understand your brand and all of the ins and outs and why it would be the absolute perfect fit for this potential customer, then you are never going to have an opportunity to make that sale. The battlefield isn't the search bar anymore. It's context. It's whether the AI sees you as credible, aligned, emotionally resonant, and of course, all of the details that it knows to be true about your products and your brand. This is where I see a lot of sellers making a big mistake. They are so hyper fixated on the hacks of hiding text in images and optimizing for specific prompts that they are missing the bigger picture here. Not only does your brand exist in the mind of AI, but are you giving the AI enough information to understand who your ideal customer is, why your product is such a great fit, what makes your brand unique and special so that it can curate recommendations for that ideal customer? So what does this actually mean for sellers in the world of e-commerce? If your strategy exclusively revolves around keyword stuffing, ranking hacks, or endless PPC tweaks, you're optimizing for extinction. Now, I know what you're going to be saying right about now, but Emma, this is still making the needle move. Yes, I am not suggesting that you throw all those to the wayside and ignore it. PPC is still important. Ranking is still important. It's just that those are going to eventually become less and less relevant. And so if you are not simultaneously running those strategies that you know work, while also preparing for this future that really isn't so far in the future anymore, then you are going to find yourself in a big problem. And once you realize it, it is going to be so much harder to dig yourself out of that hole. Because ultimately, the next generation of discovery tools doesn't care about how you game the algorithm. And this word, brand, is greater than keywords. That means your story, your reviews, your tone, your consistency, every single little detail. They're all training the AI now. Keywords used to tell the algorithm who you were. It was very binary. The keyword is there, you are a match. The keyword is not, you're probably not. But with AI, it is so much more nuanced than that. Now, even something like your story tells the AI why you matter, what makes your product so great, and who would be an ideal customer. It's able to intuit details that you don't even say directly, but of course, the more that you can provide, the better that the AI can interpret your product and brand correctly. Here's your cheat code. 3 steps to make your brand AI ready before your competitors even realize what's happening. Step 1, structure your brand data. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. Make your product pages clean, consistent, and descriptive. AI cannot connect messy dots. Step 2, create connection first content. Every line of copy should show why you exist, not just what you sell, because the more that you can imbue meaning and layers of detail into your content, the more that you give AI to work with, and also the more differentiation that you create between you and everybody else. You are not going to win if you are trying to blend in and be the same. And step 3, play beyond platform. Walmart's partnership with OpenAI is showing us just one more example of how the more places that you can be, the greater opportunity you have to meet customers wherever it is that they want to buy. Do not pledge allegiance to a singular platform at your peril. Now, as things begin to really pick up speed, most brands will panic and double down on old tactics. Don't be most brands. Now, if you're wondering what this means for your brand, my team helps businesses navigate the ever more complex world of e-commerce. And after working with thousands of businesses, I've noticed something. The ones that survive major shifts like this aren't necessarily the ones with the fanciest tech stacks or even the slickest marketing. They're the ones who see the pattern early and adapt with precision. They're not just mindlessly chasing the algorithm, they are focused on building solid foundations for the future. Because here's the paradox, and honestly, it's a paradox that makes me pretty excited. The more commerce becomes influenced not only by AI, but social media, the more human you have to be. So now we've seen what's happening right now. Walmart's betting big on their partnership with OpenAI. Amazon's tightening its grip and building walls, both trying to shape the next era of shopping. Ultimately, the real story isn't just what they're doing, but why. These aren't just different philosophies, they're reactions to a deeper change happening throughout the entire e-commerce ecosystem. A change in how discovery works, how decisions are made, and how platforms compete for attention in a world where algorithms aren't the gatekeepers anymore. That's what I'm breaking down in my next video. Why all of this is happening, what it reveals about the future of online selling, and what you can do now to make sure that your brand isn't left behind. Click here because once you understand why this is happening, you'll see every move differently. The platforms are changing fast, but the forces shaping them, that's where the real power lies. Go ahead and watch that video. I better see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.